I think it have many aspects that you will have to deal with that in order for you to get a more efficient working apparatus. You will have to deal with the persons that you are putting in place to deal with the different documents and license. On one side, you have sometimes people, because of the country being so small, people knows who is who, and sometimes also the aspect of the character that a person does take things personal, and they do not want to maybe one person to achieve, if they know this person. That has been happening, but you also have that you have to put persons that are neutral, you know, Mr. Gibbs, persons that are neutral, that see that, okay, this is a good business, because first we have to start to analyze, before even giving out the license, I would like to say, you have to analyze what does the country need, first and foremost. What are the different sectors that we need to strengthen, okay? And you have to also give the opportunity to the locals, preference, I would say, preference to the locals when they come in, that they get those type of preference, that they can execute the job and things like that. So before giving out any license, we need to analyze the economy of the country as a whole. What are the different sectors that we want to push forward that can contribute and generate income for the coffers of St. Martin or a country as a whole? And to that aspect, we're going to see, are there locals available that can execute or perform these type of businesses? And if that's not the case, then okay, the licenses that are present, those that are requesting for licenses, are they qualified to execute the job and things like that. So we have to analyze, we have to take like 2 steps back before just giving out licenses, because at the end of the day, you're giving out a lot of licenses to people that maybe could have been, the business could have been executed by a local, you know, but because they're not getting the opportunity, then you get foreigners that are coming in and requesting for the licenses and for them to execute the different jobs. I am always, and I will continue saying, the main focus and the standpoint should be that you first look at the economy from a country and see what have in-house first that can contribute directly to executing that, because at the end of the day, that money is secure money that will circulate in the economy itself. It will help the coffers of the government, and then we do everything else. So I would say my answer to that would basically be, just like I will be telling everybody, it's always about the standpoint is you deal with home first and then you look outside.
How you see the situation developing now that St. Martin has accepted the Dutch government terms and this reform? Some people are worried that it's going to hurt our people more than anyone else. Do you think that's necessarily true?
You can look at it from different angles, but at the end of the day, you have to see that the less opportunity you get for you yourself to run your own country, the bigger the chances is that others will determine how your country will be run and what direction they want it to go. It's common knowledge that everybody know that if a foreigner take over or is at the top, like a business, okay? It's like a business, Mr. Gibbs. If you put a foreigner at the head of your business, right? When coming to selection for taking new employees and things like that, it's a human nature that they will always look towards their own. It's a human nature. It doesn't have anything to do with racism or anything. It's a human nature that they will have the tendency to look towards their own first, and then, even though you present them with qualified personnel from your own, there will always be a reason why not to, okay? So I just always say, if we look at the different organizations, the different businesses, especially those that are government-owned, you will notice that it have a lot of non-locals at the head of these institutions. And which interests are they basically defending? You know, you need to make sure that those that they are putting at top positions, at positions that makes decision and things like that, that they are looking at the best interests of the country. Sometimes you do find foreigners that are very authentic, I will say, and they will look at the best interests of the country itself. But majority of the time, you will find that if they are not from the country itself, they have a tendency to pull towards their own. So I would say that we have to start changing things around, you know, changing things around, because at the end of the day, you want your generation that is coming after, you want them to have something to look forward to, you know, look forward to in the sense of we are sending them away to go study, or sometimes they don't even get the study financing, but that parents are sending them away, but that they have something to look forward to for when coming back, there is a position that they can take over and be at the level that they are supposed to be. Because the other tendency that you get as well is that they are coming back and then they are overqualified. They are overqualified, but you're still looking for someone else overseas, and you're still paying them a high amount of money. So there are things that it's too obvious that the interests are basically is very dubious. You know, what is taking place, if it's really for the interest of the country, or is it for someone else's interest that is being represented when taking these people into the different functions.